Hey, I'm Taylor Grant. I'm here with Chris, my claims manager. We're with,
Hello.
we're with Bellator Claims Resolution, and we are here to talk about one of the most absurd. I don't know if it's the absolute most absurd, but one of the most absurd denials that we have seen to date. And I'm going to let Chris kind of explain the basics of it. And then I want to give you my 2 cents about it because it is so freaking ridiculous. Chris, tell us more about it, my friend.
Yeah, so it's one of the craziest ones I've ever seen. I definitely have not been doing this as long as you, but it almost makes you kind of just laugh, if you will, when you saw the denials. So
Right.
long story short, there's a commercial building in Denver, and got hit with some hail. Got hit on the siding, got hit on the roof, whatever. But this insurance company actually sent out an engineer firm. They went out there
Okay.
and they did their little inspection. They looked at it, and in their report, they said, well, yes, we're acknowledging hail has hit
Oh,
this property,
okay.
but we also see pictures from 2017 and before from Google images, like the street level view, that some of it is consistent with what we're seeing now. So we think that this is pretty much occurred previously than this hailstorm.
Right.
And it's funny. I logged into Google Images because you can actually go back and look at these different dates.
Right. Right.
When you zoom in, guess what? It gets all blurry. So
Right.
you're literally looking at pictures 40 to 60 feet away. And that's how they made their claim determination, a flat out denial.
Oh, brutal. So I'm just
Yeah.
going to recap. The insurance company had their client, the insured, make a claim. The insurance company then, I don't know if they sent out an adjuster before. It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like they just hired an engineer because of the type of damage on the EFIS, which is, like Chris said, the siding, for lack of a better term. It's like fake stucco.
Mhm.
And some people call it EFS. I call it EFIS, potato, potato. And then the insurance company sent out an engineer. The engineer did their inspection. And I don't think we saw any pictures close up. But like Chris said, the vehicle that drives up and down the streets took a picture of this property from, I think it was 2011. We looked at 2011, and then it was 2017, and then maybe 2022 or something like that. But it's like
Mhm.
spread across. And yes, there's damage on the building that they're saying was pre-existing. And guess what? It's pre-existing, but that's not the damage we're talking about. That is not hail damage. And so, yes, you can see some damage to the EFIS that is absolutely not hail damage. And we're not claiming that that is the damage that is actually the cause of loss. The cause of loss is hail. And as we walked around the building, I'm just like, how does anybody miss this? How does an insurance company send
Mhm.
out their expert who's an engineer that has a professional stamp, that has a license by the state, that has a license number, go walk around this property and then has the audacity to use Google Images as the reason that they're denying the claim? That is complete bullshit. It is a dereliction of duty, and it is absurd that someone that physically walked around the property didn't take pictures of the hail damage. And I'm telling you, like, Stevie Wonder could see this hail, right? Stevie Wonder could see this hail damage on the EFIS. So they are absolutely trying not to pay this claim. And instead of opening coverage by admitting that there was hail, they admitted it, and then actually opening coverage for the insured on the benefit of the insured. Because last time I checked, insurance policies are here to benefit the person that's paying for it. What a weird concept. Okay. And instead of opening any coverage, they just denied the claim. And so now the insured is like super pissed, which I get because there's damage everywhere on multiple sides of this property. And when we get involved, we do a full, thorough inspection. So we're not just looking at the EFIS or the paint or the siding or whatever it might be. We are now looking at the EFIS. We're looking at the windows. We're looking at the HVAC. We're looking at the signage. We're looking at the awnings. We're looking at the windows. We have a 56-point inspection that now the insurance company, if they were smart, they would have just paid the claim,
Mhm.
because they probably could have gotten away with just paying one item. But now we're involved, the claim has been made, and the insured is absolutely owed every single dollar that the policy affords them coverage for. And what I mean by that is, we're not going to claim something that's not damaged, that's not reasonable or legitimate. But what the insurance company could have done is just paid one line item instead of all the line items that we have now looked and seen. There is a huge rooftop HVAC RTU unit on top of the roof, and it has micro channel. And guess what is damaged, or it has been damaged by hail, this micro channel that cannot be combed, that has to be replaced. Did the insurance company open coverage for that? No. How did that damage get there? Hail. Was it a covered cause of loss? Yes. Was that there? I wonder if Google had a drone that flew around the top of the building, Chris, that took pictures of the micro channel on the HVAC, and now the engineering firm is going to use that to deny further coverage. What are your thoughts?
Well, actually, just for our audience, what is a microchannel?
So it's just the way of course, now I can't remember the exact term, but ultimately it's how the rooftop HVAC unit exhausts or releases heat. It's like a heat sink.
Oh.
And basically it's the channel that the heat goes through to exhaust. And that is damaged. So
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, and so ultimately right now it's one of those things that they cannot comb that. They have to actually replace that whole part of it. And again, if the insurance company would have done the job properly, then we wouldn't have had to even get involved. And that's the problem.
Yeah, I think it's funny too, Taylor. So you went out there with another team member that's on our team. You guys thoroughly investigated this. You know, you found some hail that directly correlates with this recent storm that you know, that we're using, or that the insured is using for the date of loss. And I looked at those photos, and you know, thank you for taking like 300 photos. It was great, so I can really see.
Right.
The funny thing is that we requested, because once they sent us the Google images that they're using for the claim determination, all of them were 40 to 60 feet away.
Right.
I requested, do you guys have any close-ups? Because we do.
Right.
You guys have any close-ups of the hail damage? And so far after that email, it's been crickets.
Right. Oh, I thought of the term. It's condenser. It totally escaped me. But yeah, it's ultimately the insurance company knows what we know. They didn't do a fair and full investigation for the benefit of the insured, which goes back to something that we talk about is the insurance company, they have no requirement to actually do the full inspection on behalf of the insured. The insured has a duty to prove the damage related to their claim. And so that's what we do for the insured. So when we got involved, like you said, we took 300 pictures. I would say 290 of those pictures show absolute damage. I put my finger up to some, we put some, like a ruler up to some other ones. There's damage to the window frames. There's damage to the EFIS. Like, trust me, if it's damaging, it's probably, I'm going to guess 24 gauge metal. But if it's damaging metal, it's for sure damaging. Right. And the angle of how it hit the metal and damaged the window, it's so easy to tell that could also have damaged the EFIS. And I'm telling you, man, it is super easy to see that. Why don't you pull up a picture of some of that damage real quick? We'll just show the audience, and let me know when you're ready. So, but what I'm getting to, and what Chris is getting to, is the insurance company is actually not doing their job in this case. And why not? Because they think that they can get away with not paying the claim fairly. And I'm here to tell them, the insurance companies, that, hey, you're not doing your job properly. And because you're not doing your job properly, it's actually detrimental to your client, the insured, and they're hiring us, right? So we were on a roof that we're going to talk about in a different episode of our podcast, but I was on a roof having a conversation with another insured, not even the same insured that I'm on the property. And he's got his agent, his contractor, me, and himself. So there's 4 of us. And he asks his insurance agent, why do I have to get Taylor and Bellator Claims involved for you guys to pay this claim fairly? There's no good answer, because what Chris and I always say is if the insurance company did their job, we wouldn't have a job. Simple as that. So insurance companies, pay the claim fairly. Chris, do you have a picture of that?
I do. So these are the photos that we took, correct?
Right.
Yep, I do here. Taylor, can you pause this real quick?
So Chris wisely had us pause the video because we had some identifying information regarding the claim. So we took that out. We took a picture. Hopefully you guys can see this picture. You can see the concentric circles around the damage right above my thumb. And that is what we're talking about, right? Is this hail hit in that circle is absolutely fresh. It's new. It's not from 2017, definitely not from 2012 or 2011. What the insurance company is trying to do is deny this claim for no reason. And so let's go ahead and stop sharing your screen. So what we want you guys to understand is this, is when the insurance company is being this absurd, we want to know about it because we want to highlight it on our podcast. But really what we want you to do is let us know. You can go to bellatorclaims.com and then either give us a call. The phone numbers are on the website. We're licensed in 8 different states. So let us know if you are a commercial property owner or a commercial real estate broker, commercial general contractor, roofer, and you have a claim with the insured that's not being paid fairly. Get on the website and let us know. The sooner you do that, the more options you have, because as time goes on, it is reduced based on policy provisions. Sometimes you have 6 months to make a claim. If you're outside that window, sorry. Also, it could be limited by state statute. So the sooner you contact us, the better. And do me a favor, share this podcast, let other people know about it. If you like it, we love creating this content for you. Please subscribe and share the message so more people can get helped. Visit us at bellatorclaims.com.